Thursday, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Today we've got a full flight on tap. We're in X-Plane 11 VR, Challenger 300 business jet, and we're going to be flying on air. Waiting at Costco. Watching the stream at Costco. Awesome. I guess you got either 4G or 5G. Maybe you got Wi-Fi. I don't know. Do they have Wi-Fi at Costco? I don't know. Yeah, Ryan, back in the Challenger. One of my favorite X-Plane aircraft. Yeah, it's a great one. This one and the SR-22 flight deck. 4G. There you go. How's the stream looking? 4G on your cell phone, all right? Ooh, the Falcon 50. Think about that one. As good as it gets. Yeah, the only thing is, Ryan, like, I have this goal in mind, like, I want to learn how to fly the A320. I guess it's Flight Factor has it, an X-Plane 11. So I want to learn how to fly that, kind of step up in class in jets a little bit, and then once FS 2020 gets a working A320, although it's probably the better of all the jets, then I'll start flying that one. Mouse, how you doing? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Good to see you there in your green color with your little pilot dude there. Yeah, I want to step up in class a little bit. Anyway, let's get the music out of the way here. So thanks for joining, guys. Happy Thursday. We got the plane already running. Co-pilot got it started for us, so we already did our inspection to get the doors open there. We're going to go over the flight plan. And again, we're going to be on air today. Let's see here in Thunder. Ortho 4XP. Oh yeah, there's some really good videos on YouTube if you get stuck. There's some good videos on YouTube of how to do it. Alright, so we're in X-Plane 11, so that checks. We're going to go here. I'm not flying in the VA today. I'm just going to fly in my own thingy. So here's the Challenger at, we already have it rented at Texas Regional Airport, I guess it is. And I already have a job there. They already selected. We're going to be going from Texas Regional to Wilbarger and then to Olney. It's not Olney. Olney. We're going to Olney. So it's not that far of a flight, but it'll earn us $57K, which is nice. I still have these missions lingering here. I'm really thinking about, like, it's like I feel like I need to get them off the books here. You know, earn the XP, even though I really don't need it, but it's kind of something cool to do. It's just a lot of miles. I mean, this one's not as bad as the others, but I guess I could do this in a TBM or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll do that some stream. But anyway, today we got this flight here. And yeah, so let's get over here and we're going to go into this mode here. We're going to load up our two thingies there. Got plenty of fuel already on board from my last trip. Uh-oh, we might have to defuel actually. Oh no, auto. Yeah, we got to defuel. So I'm going to have to bring this down to manageable level. Defuel a little bit, so let's do that. So confirming the payload. Hey Bartholomew, how you doing? Currently flying in Texas. It's a bit choppy around the coast. Oh yeah, the hurricane. Absolutely. Absolutely. Pretty nasty weather down there for sure. For sure. So let's check out our flight today. So again, we're coming out of Texas Regional, 257 miles. We'll go to Oxley, and then we'll head into Wilbarger, and then we'll take off from Wilbarger 47 miles. We'll hit Opie, and then we'll land at Olney. All right, so total of about 350 miles, somewhere around there. I got to download this and convert it and get it up into the FMS. Do that real quick. Got a little tool to do that, makes it easy. And then what I do is I get that flight plan in there. And let's get in the plane here. Get that door closed. All right, get our FMS up on the screen here. Let me show you that. Guess I can show you. Will it show up here? Yeah. So we would just go to Route Menu, and then I just hit the index, and I got the plan right here, FMS plan. Boom, it's right here. And there's our flight plan. Pretty simple, straightforward. I just load it in an .fms file, which just makes it a lot easier. All right, so that's our flight. And here, let me do this. Let me get plugins, move VR, and we're going to get the chat window in here. Best quality, move to VR. There's the chat window. Get rid of that. Okay. I just put that right down there, so it's, I want to make it a little bigger. This is what, don't you love VR? VR is awesome. Put it right down there, so I can see you guys while I'm flying. And get rid of the X-plane. Oh, you guys are not seeing that, so get rid of the X-plane. Now we got the chat in there. All right, so everything's, I didn't go cold and dark, guys, so, but we're going to go nav to FMS. We're going to go hit nav, and we're going to fly her at 25,000 feet today. And we'll do 28. 28, a vertical speed is going to be, we'll climb at a comfortable 2,200 feet per minute. Get our APU off. And we're ready to go. Flaps to takeoff, 1 notch. And once that fuel's loaded and our cargo's loaded, we'll taxi and take off. Pretty simple. Let's see how we're doing here. Alright, so if we go to here, we're all ready to go there. Auto balance that. And just to make sure, confirm. Cargo's all loaded. We do need a co-pilot, which I already have. So first we're going to F05. Alright, so we've got Helen Sanders as our co-pilot. I have her full-time now. I just basically hired her full-time in OnAir. And everything is green, which is good. Let's start tracking. Oh, I gotta change it because I don't want to fly in the dark.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Abort.
Flight aborted by user.
Options, global settings. We're gonna go to Zulu. Offset. We're gonna go minus. We'll go -5. Save. I just rather fly during the day. Auto balance. Boom. And F05. Get Helen in the right seat. And go. Start tracking. Should get light out. There you go.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Awesome. All right, so we're good to go. Now I usually use Flight Plan Go, but I can't use it because I updated my iPad to iOS 14 and it doesn't work with it for some reason, unfortunately. So that's a bummer. But in any event, listen, before we get going, guys, please hit that. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe and the notification button so you'll get notified when I'm streaming or I post a new video. And if you'd like, please hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whichever you choose. Just appreciate you supporting the channel. You can also hit the join button if you want to join for $1.99 a month. Get all the chat emojis and basically show support for the channel. So I really appreciate that. So just want to let you guys know that. All right, so seatbelts securely fastened. Flight attendants prepared for departure. And we're going to taxi. And one of my favorite planes to fly. The ground handling is tremendous. The frame rate is tremendous. It's a joy to fly in VR. It really is. And we are off. The Falcon 50, yeah, maybe I'll check that out. But like I said, I really want to focus on the A320 as my next jet to learn how to fly. Obviously, too, the longitude, once they work out all the bugs, it's kind of like a moving target. But I know the flight factor A320 is supposed to be amazing. But it's going to take a while to like learn how to fly that plane, It's not easy. These business jets are pretty easy to fly. You think about picking up the DA62 for X-Plane? Yeah, it's a great plane. It's actually better in X-Plane, man. It's better, and it's a fantastic plane in X-Plane, especially in VR. It's great. I fly that plane a lot in X-Plane in VR, and it's actually, I think it's a better money maker in OnAir because you have 6 seats versus 5. TBM only has 5 seats in OnAir, which is a mistake. It should have 7. But the DA62 has 6, so you'll make a little extra money. It carries about the same cargo. All right, so we're all good here. We got our flaps set to 0. We've got our FMS set. We got our flight plan in. I gotta fix chat. I can't read it for some reason. Hold on, let me do that. For some reason I can't read this. I gotta redo it. Hold on. Oops. Where's the chat? Where's chat? Here's a chat. I want best quality. Right? Best quality. Move to VR. Maybe I have to make the screen bigger and me do this. For some reason, it's not. I can't. It's hard for me to read. I might just have to just live with it. Best quality. No. Not sure what's going on with that, but it sucks. For some reason, it's not. It's not. It's difficult to read. Okay, it's okay. Usually, it's much clearer. Alrighty, but we're ready to take off, so let's do that. Rotate.
Airborne time logged.
Gear up. Flaps up.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
Let's get that autopilot on. All systems are nominal. I don't want to overspeed here. So we can crank the throttle back a little. Now, this thing does have auto throttle, although I don't have a lot of experience with it. So that's one thing I need to train myself on. It does have an auto throttle option. All right, I'm going to bump up the vertical speed a little bit here, get us up a little faster. You've been flying the Takeoff A319. How's that? How's that playing, dude? So we just came out with a development update. Longitude performance issues marked as backlog. Great. Yeah, I saw the update. I didn't see much in there that they didn't really go into detail. Usually they go into detail when they actually release it, which will be I guess next week. I mean, I guess the good news is they'll do two updates in October. But let's just hope that they don't break anything, you know, which tends to be an issue. See if I can fix this here. Yeah, I don't know why this chat looks terrible. Usually it's absolutely no problem viewing it whatsoever. Maybe Move VR has an update or something. Alright, let's get ourselves at altitude. What I'm excited about is only a few more weeks and I should get my Reverb G2 shipped. I'm excited about that. Landings are interesting, eh? I'm sure they are. Yeah, I looked at that Takeoff. It looks like a pretty nice plane. Yeah, you wonder why Asobo wouldn't put a priority on that Longitude. Like, number one, it's a premium plane, so you're paying extra money for it. So you think they would like fix that first? So that means like if you buy, like knowing what I know about FS 2020 now, like I would never buy the premium option yet because the planes don't work well, right? So you would think that they would want to make that a priority, right? So, no, I'm not going to rant again. I ranted a couple of streams ago. You just trying, see, Alex, you're just trying to get me into the rant mode. But here's my logic, right? So if I'm a software company and I have a premium package that's $60 more, right? And the plane, oh, you are. The plane that is the premier plane of that package doesn't work well. Like, is pretty much awful. Don't you think you'd want to fix that plane so that you could sell more premium packages? Like, right now, I wouldn't buy the premium package. If I hadn't bought this already, I'd be like, I'll spend $60 later when they fix it. I'll fly the planes that seem to work, you know? Although the SR-22 kind of works decently. But, I don't know. I just don't get it. I think that, I think they're in a position where they don't really have to worry too much about it, unfortunately. And that's not a good position for a software company. As a consumer, it's not a good position for your software vendor to be in. Your software vendor should be in a state of continuous improvement, right? That's what they should be doing. I don't know. It's unfortunate because I would love to fly that Longitude more, but I can't, you know, on stream and stuff. But I can't trust it. I can't. You don't know what the hell's going to happen. You might get, you know, 2/3 away through a trip, and all of a sudden the thing just fails. You know, I've had that happen. You know, I don't know. It's sort of getting. It's like beating a dead horse now, kind of. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm looking forward to the Reverb 2 because the Reverb 2 is going to hopefully give me a new pair of virtual eyes in X-Plane. I'm really thinking more about X-Plane in VR. Being able to see things clearly is going to be, I'm looking forward to that. You know, I've got a CV1 now, so I'm still in the cloudy, fuzzy world of limited resolution. Although the CV1 has been great to me for 4 years, and I'm really glad that I bought it, and I got a lot of love out of it, for sure. I'm looking forward to getting clearer eyes in VR, you know? So hopefully within the next, well, they said early November, and I ordered mine in August, I think, or July or August. I think July? Oh, maybe June. June or July. Yeah, June or July. Anyway, so I hopefully will be getting one pretty quick, you know, as far as, I mean, when I mean quick is I mean early November. That would be awesome. And, yeah, look for some, once that happens, we'll have definitely have some content around that, that's for sure. Once I get it all working. Hopefully there won't be too much of a implementation curve, if you will. You know, going from the Oculus world to the Steam VR world in Windows Mixed Reality. Yeah, the G2, man. Sims, hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining us at the stream. I'm not sure I saw you in here before. If I appreciate you joining. But yeah, so I have a G2 on order, Reverb G2 on order, and I should be getting it sometime in early November, hopefully. I'm hoping by mid-November, like by November 15th. Let's hope. So November's a big month. The G2's coming out. We got an election. Which is the priority? I don't know. Anyway. Big month, November. Looking forward to it, for sure. All right, we're approaching climbing through 26,000, and we'll get ourselves up to 28, level off, back off the throttle, get in cruising speed, and then we'll have, it's actually a pretty quick flight. Looks like about 32 minutes to our first waypoint, so. All right, coming up to 28, we're going to get ready to throttle back here. As the vertical speed starts to come down. This flight director works awesome. Never had a problem with this one. And we'll just throttle back here to it's usually about 72% at this altitude. See, we got our airspeed of 389 and climbing. Slowly bring that throttle back to 72. I don't mind cruising at like 285 ground speed. We got plenty of fuel, so I'm not too worried about a fuel burn. No, I don't have the honeycomb, bro. I'm a CH Products guy. I've got CH Products yoke and pedals. I've had them for 4 years. Never had a problem with them. When it breaks, that's probably when I would get a honeycomb. Although the honeycomb takes up a lot of space on the desk, you know. What's nice about the CH product is the throttle is built in. I know it's not realistic, but I'm in VR anyway, so to me, where the throttle isn't as important as it being more compact, you know, and I can fit more stuff on my desk. So I don't know. I'm hoping that the CH products lasts another 4 years. By that time, there'll be probably more innovations in simulation yokes, you know. So, but yeah, the rudder pedals and this yoke have worked perfect for me. And what I actually did was, I took like tennis racket wrap that you would put on a grip, you know, grip tape, and I put the grip tape on the yoke, and it gives you it actually gives it like a softer kind of feel, so you don't have that like plastic feel. Yeah, well, that's the one I have, the CH Products Flight Sim yoke, the plain Jane one. It works. It's functional. It's compact, and I never had issues with it. All right, so 27 minutes to our destination. Let's just check out our altitudes and where we're going to have to come down to, so we're intelligent about that. All right, so this we don't have any major obstructions to fly over here, so we're just going to basically our airport is at 1265, so we'll come down to like 4,000 and we should be perfect for landing. That should work well. It's a 20 years. Oh, you have a yoke from 2000. So is it the same one, the flight sim yoke, the flight sim yokes? You know, the gray one. 20 years. That's awesome. You got 20 years out of it. That's fantastic, man. Oh, the digital one. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't opt for that one. I think I like this one better because of the way the throttles were, and had more buttons on it or something. There was a reason why I went with this one, but yeah, I've had you know, it's been great. Now watch the thing break tomorrow, you know. But I think actually you could repair it, like the springs inside too. You can like replace those. But I don't beat on. You know, I'm pretty mild with it. So yeah, I'm not going to spend $500 upgrading the yoke and the throttle quadrant. You know, I need to upgrade my PC first, and that's going to cost me, you know, for CPU, memory, and motherboard. I've got to upgrade those. It's going to cost me like, you know, $1,100. So I want to put my money. I'd rather put my money into that get my PC up to snuff as far as the CPU goes. I'm going to get like a i7 10700, and I'll keep the 1080 Ti GPU for now, and then see how we go there with the Reverb 2, and may have to upgrade to a 3080 or something like that at some point. But that's why I'm not going to. I'd rather spend the money on the computer versus the yoke. You know, you got to be choice about where you spend your coin. At least I do. At least I do. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the G2. And trying it out and showing you guys. That's going to be really cool, you know, to go through that process. And I'm going to plan on like documenting the whole process, like, you know, maybe like even like a vlog type thing where, you know, getting the thing and installing it, and if I go through any issues, you guys will see what I go through, that kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking about. We'll see. Look how smooth that is. Now that right down there is a standard X-plane scenery, which we all know is really terrible. But most of the U.S., like definitely the coasts, I have ortho. As Mouse was talking about, I have ortho, and I've got about 4 terabytes worth of ortho, which looks really kind of amazing. You just got your Game World account for FSC. Oh. Absolutely, you're in, dude. No problem. If you sign up, just go to you know, groups, look for VR Aviation, sign up, and I'll get you in there, man. And then you can check out our website. We've got all the information about the FBOs, and we're paying 65% pilot fees in FSC, so pretty reasonable. I may be raising it to 70. We'll see, But yeah, we've got like about 6 or 7, maybe 10 active pilots, so we're doing really well. The last couple of months doing really well. So yeah, it'd be great to have you. Gene, how you doing? Well, thanks for joining, man. We're in the Challenger today, flying above. I guess we're north. I guess we're still above Texas. I don't know, Flight Plan Go is not working because of it. I upgraded to iOS 14, so it's not compatible with it yet. But look how smooth that frame rate is. Or I should say frame time. That's what you want. You see all these people on social media, oh, I'm buying a 3090 so I can get 75 frames per second. Doesn't matter. Frame rate is not the important thing in a flight simulator. It's frame time and frame consistency. Just remember that. Vulcan, yes, for the win. Vulcan made a huge difference. It was a grind getting to it, 11.50. It was a grind, about 6-month grind, and there were some problems and there were some issues, but man, Laminar really came through. They really did. This plane is so smooth in Vulcan. Just look at that. Look how smooth that is. I mean, the clouds in VR aren't really that bad. This is like stock weather, stock clouds. They're not that bad. I want to see what they look like with the Reverb G2. That's going to be interesting. But you can just see how consistent that scenery just moves along at a slow pace as it would if you were at, you know, if you were 5 miles up and, you know, flying at 285 knots, you know. Vulcan for the win, baby. Clouds are pretty good. Yeah, they're not bad. I mean, and you don't get a major. Yeah, if you're not running like whether it's Rex weather or whatever. I forget what that weather is for X-plane. I never put any of those third-party weather options on there. I always ran with just X-plane's weather. Oh, really? So the Miami Orbix is, you get frame issues? Hmm. Yeah, I would assume like what is that guy who did the New York scenery for X-Plane? Starts with a D. Daruski, something like that. Yeah, it's just so much. It's just so much rendering that it's very difficult. Yeah. I mean, here we're active sky. There you go. Thank you, mouse. I mean, here we're flying over no scenery whatsoever. Well, first of all, we're way up in the air, so you're not going to have rendering issues. But I'm landing in places like Cape May and Roanoke that have real airports in them, and this plane is like flawless. But I have a little secret. I probably said it before. I zapped all the. I don't have any trees. I use this little thing that zaps every tree in X-Plane gone except those that are hand drawn in by custom scenery. I don't have trees in X-Plane because I believe that trees eat frames, and they look terrible anyway. So why have them? So the winds in active sky are better. Okay. It's such a hard thing to recreate actual weather in a simulator. Think about it. You think about the challenge of that. It's more alive. All right, so we've got 17 minutes to our waypoint, which means we probably should start descending. So we said we're going to go to the fourth. We'll go to 4,500. All right, and we'll go down 1,200 feet per minute. We'll have to watch our speed here. This is where we save a little bit of fuel because gravity will increase the speed of the plane, and we can burn less fuel and go faster. So did you guys see that Congress is thinking, or is it Congress? I think Congress is thinking about going after Facebook for the Quest 2 because of the requirement for users to have a Facebook account. They're saying that it's like anti-competitive. I didn't read the whole article, and I was trying to think about why it would be anti-competitive. But it's interesting that Facebook is on the radar of the government for sure, and you don't know if they're just playing games and like placating us, normal citizens. I don't know. Who knows? But I think that whole idea of having to have a device tied to your Facebook account. Are you kidding me? Like, that would be like if having to have your iPhone tied to your Facebook account. Like, you couldn't use your iPhone unless you were logged in to Facebook. And if you violated the terms of service of Facebook, you wouldn't be able to use the data that's on your phone. That's basically what it's like, right? So with the Quest 2, if you have to be logged into Facebook, you have to agree to the terms of service of Facebook. And I read that if you violate the terms of service, you could be subject to them locking you out of your library. What? Hello? Yeah, I mean, I have a Facebook account too, obviously, but I take great precautions to, protect my privacy. Like, I don't have any Facebook apps on any mobile devices. I only log in through a web browser, and I take precautions there. Security precautions there. So, You know, I don't like them having information about me. I try to make it so they have as little information as possible. You put a headset on that's tied into your Facebook account, and they're gathering data on everything that you do, your head movement, maybe even I'm not sure they have eye tracking in that thing. I think they're talking about doing that in like a release down the road. Eye tracking. Now, when you start to get into eye tracking and stuff like that, that lends itself heavily to advertising, right? Because they can if you do eye tracking, you can determine what an individual is attracted to by keeping track of what their eyes focus on, right? So if you have that type of information, and maybe it's broken down to colors or shades or shapes or whatever, you can more effectively market to that person, right? So there's a lot of things that not at the first release, I don't believe they have eye tracking in the first release, but that's something that they're working on in VR, right? So not only that, they've got a microphone on that thing, they've got a camera on that thing. It's a lot of information, a lot of access that you're providing to a company and complying to their terms of service. So I just don't feel comfortable with it, and I have no reason to buy a Quest 2 because I'm getting a Reverb, but I would not log into my Facebook account with that thing. Just won't do it. Yeah, if you get in a fight with a troll, they suspend your account. You know, I don't know. That's what I read. Like, your library is tied to your Facebook account. So now maybe they'll modify that. I don't know, but it's like, you know, you don't have to sign into Microsoft to use Windows, right? You don't have to be logged into Microsoft to use Windows. You don't have to be logged into X-Plane to use X-Plane, or to Laminar to use X-Plane, right? I just think it's it's way too intrusive. It's way too intrusive. So hopefully Congress will do something about it, you know, and then it'll make people, because I mean, I'm not alone. A lot of people feel uncomfortable with it. Some say, hey, listen, they've got all this data on you anyway. I don't care. Well, that's your choice if you want to do that. I have no interest in doing that. I believe the less information you give to these corporations, the better. Not that I'm anti-tech. I'm in the tech business. But I just think the less information, believe me, I'm in the software business. I know what they can do. You want to give them the least amount of information as possible. So maybe the government will protect us. They're supposed to be protecting us. Yeah, I heard in Germany they're not allowing the sale of those. That should tell you something. There's a major European country not allowing Facebook to sell that device. That should tell people something. You know? Yeah, that the standard X-Plane scenery looks terrible. It just does. But there's ways around that. You get the Orbix, or you get the what do you call it? Ortho. Makes a big difference. SFD Global. Yes, Mr. X. Yes, Mr. X. Right, Mr. X. Yeah, I just think it's a good idea to be smart about it, and you know, there's other VR options, better VR options. You know, that's the other thing. John Camarak did a video. I think I posted it in the VR Aviators group. I did, on some of the shortcomings of the G2. It's got some major shortcomings. It's got latency issues. It doesn't run at 90 frames per second. It's got some. It's got field of view issues. So if you have a wider IPD, if your eyes are wider apart, then your field of view is actually smaller or narrower. It's got a lot of issues. It's not like it's not this wonderful VR breakthrough. It really isn't. It's single panel. So the problem with that is to adjust the IPD, the interpupillar or whatever it is. It's the distance between your pupils, and you have to adjust that in the VR headset to give you the sweet spot so everything looks like it's in perfect 3D and in focus. And on the Oculus Rift, it's a manual little button underneath the bottom that you use, adjust with your thumb. On the Reverb, it's a manual thing, although they only go up to 69 millimeters, which could be a problem for some people. But the G2, the Quest 2, you have to manually move the lenses. Okay, so you had to put your fingers on the lens. You really should wear rubber gloves, right? Because you don't want to touch the lenses. You have to manually. So I guess you can't do it while you have it on. Usually, the optimum way to adjust it is you have it on and you adjust the IPD so you can see as you're adjusting it. Well, with the Q2, I guess, the Quest 2, I guess what you do is you try one adjustment, put it on, see if it works. If it doesn't, take it off, adjust it again, and do trial and error like that, which seems to me like that's going to be, if that's in fact how it works, that's a major pain in the ass. Plus you're touching that lens, those two lenses all the time, I don't know. To me, it's not the greatest design, but it's cheap, but it's cheap for a reason, right? It's cheap because they want to give you the device because your data is more valuable to them than you buying the hardware. Because your data is the gift that keeps on giving. Once you strap that thing on and you're using it for a couple of hours a day or a week, that data just keeps on giving to them, So they're willing to give it to you cheaper. And, I guess it's the old adage, there's no such thing as a free lunch, right? Anyhow, so we're coming down to 10,000, and we got 50 miles to go, so nice slow descent at 2,000 feet per minute. I jacked it up a little bit at about 298 knots. Check it out outside here. We got the VR aviation livery on that, looking nice. I assure you that I don't look like that dude. Did I ever show you the back? Have you guys ever seen the back of this plane? It's pretty cool. So if you go back here, and I can go back here. Unlike the Longitude, which doesn't have a cabin that's built out. Well, I guess I could actually do it with this. Yeah, there we go. So we'll just use there we go. So there's the cabin. Check it out. So what I could do is I can actually go sit in this seat right here. That's pretty cool. Look out the window. Pretty cool, huh? And actually what you could do is these tables come out. Oh, what did I do there? Oh, I closed that window. I guess that's the bathroom back there. All these tables come out. And it's got a stereo unit. This used to be able to turn that on. These shades go up and down. Pretty cool. I don't think you could turn these lights on, but yeah, so you can check out the cabin. There's the cockpit up there. It did a nice job on this plane. Yeah, it's great. You can't do that in the longitude. So sometimes I'll just like, it's really funny, like sometimes if I do a long trip in this plane, like in FSE or in OnAir, I'll just go back and sit in the back and put like an audio book on or something like that. Put on an autopilot and go back there and just like, or like watch a baseball game or something like that. It's pretty cool. And if you feel like you're sitting in the back of a jet, it's pretty cool. This plane is $35. Go to xplane.org. It's worth every penny of it. It's a great, great plane. And there's videos on like how to do cold and dark. I think there's actually a checklist that comes with it. There's actually a checklist over there. You can pull up the checklist on the MFD too. So, but yeah, there's it's a great value. It's one of the best values I think in X-Plane, and it's an absolute moneymaker in either FS Economy or an OnAir, because you can carry like 8,000 pounds, 900 miles in this plane. That's like a $180,000 job, $160,000 job in OnAir. I love this plane. Yeah, I love just sitting in the back there. It's pretty cool. Or you could sit over here in this seat. See, like there. Check it out from the right side. Yeah, you can watch Netflix absolutely. So if you have this same application that I'm using, Move VR right here that I'm looking at chat in, you can pull up. Let me just show you. So we'll go over here and I'll go to Move VR. All you do is like open up one Netflix on your PC, like in a browser window, and then go to Move VR. Okay. And then it would show up as a window. Like if I wanted to, I could bring up the Sky Vector. Like move to VR. Boom, there's the Sky Vector window. Make that a little bigger. So now there's my Sky Vector window. And you could do that with any browser window. Any browser window. And actually you could put the whole desktop. Here's the desktop. Here's my whole desktop. Right? So you could do that too. Yeah. And by the way, it's a free app. It's free. It works great. All right, so 22 miles to go to our waypoint, and then we'll have about a 10-mile stretch into Walpinger, whatever it is. Drinking Coors Light tonight. The old standby. So even now, lower to the ground, you can see. We're getting a little frame jiggle there. Not too bad, though. I got a lot running here. I got OBS running. I got Oculus Mirror running. I have a lot of stuff running. So yeah, the virtual airline, VR Aviation Airlines in OnAir. It's kind of like we're just taking it slow. We only got four pilots on board right now. I'm kind of like it's very difficult. Not difficult. It's very time consuming because you have to pull all the jobs manually. You try to make them round trips. It's nearly impossible to figure out round trips to get people back to your home port, your home airport. It's just they need to do a lot of revisions to to the virtual airline, in my opinion, to make it really flow. You know, one of the major differences, like in FSE, in FS economy, a pilot for your group or virtual airline can fly any flight anywhere in the world, in any plane, for your group. And if they do that, the group picks up the rental costs and the gas costs and the fees. You can't do that in OnAir. OnAir in the virtual airline, they can only do they only can fly if they want to make money for the virtual airline. The virtual airline manager has to select jobs for your pilots to fly. It's very limiting, right? So if they enabled you to let your pilots fly any flight, right, and just select flyer for the virtual airline, the virtual airlines would grow much faster, and you'd be able to, you know, get into it much more. So it's a bit hindering right now, the management, and I just don't have the time to be a job dispatcher all the time. I just don't have the time to do that, and unfortunately, it's difficult to give someone management capabilities because, not that I don't trust you guys, but I don't know people that are getting into it, and a person could just wreak havoc on your whole system, like, you know, because there's no permission stuff. There's no permission capability. So it's a great concept. It just needs some tweaking, and to bring it to more of a manageable manageable function, if you will. So, I mean, I do like OnAir. I think it's cool, but it needs work. Yes, you do. You need one person that just wants to do job dispatching. And to tell you the truth, I want to fly the planes. You know, I don't want to, like, you know, I don't want to do job dispatching. I want to fly. Right? So that way, I'm like, if you say, listen, join the airline, you're going to get a 65% pilot's fee. You know, just fly for the airline. You can use our planes. There's no rent on our planes. And if you're going to fly for the airline, just select, fly for the airline. Any job you do. This way, it just opens it up, But, some people say, well, that's not realistic to the real world. Okay, but it's also not realistic to the real world to not have a logistics software that enables you to easily figure out round trips. I gotta really slow down here. I may have to do another loop here. We'll see. I'm putting that gear down at 280. That is not a good idea, but I'm taking you would never do that in real life. I'm trying to slow this bird down, because our runway is right there.
Overspeed.
Yeah, I know I'm overspeeding.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
We're coming down rapidly now.
Overspeed.
210 will
overspeed.
Hit that, and then 175 is the next flap point. There's 198. We're slowing down good here. Let's get that. We're going to hit it again.
Overspeed.
I want to be about 140.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Get the nose up a little bit. Slow the plane down.
Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
150. I want to be at 140. Okay, there's minimums. Here comes 500. Okay, 160. We should be good. Yeah, I should have been slowed down earlier there. 156. We're going to be a little racy coming in here, but
100.
I've done it before.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Landing time logged. Landed at Fox 05, Wilbarga CO.
This plane just lands like butter. It's so great. Highly recommend this in VR. Highly. I mean, in 2D it's great too, but highly recommend it in VR. All right, so we already have our plan. I'm gonna do a UE right here. Even though the guy in the tower is like, "What are you doing? You don't have permission to turn that." Oh, I'm going on the dirt. You don't have permission to turn that bird around on the runway. Yeah, I know. I will get her straightened out here. Now this plane, and on air you have to turn everything off. So we're going to set the parking brake. Turn the engines off.
Engine off, time logged.
Now we turn them back on,
End of
and then
flight.
just start them right back up
Registered
again.
in OnAir company.
I see him jump up there. The ITTs are jumping. And fix our flaps. And we're good. Alright, so we logged our time. Let's pull up on air. Okay, valid flight. Earned 1.2% in our reputation. Not great, but we leveled up with 135 XP. And we're unloading now. And once we reload, then we can get onto our next leg. And while we're doing that, don't forget to check out the OnAir Manager, OnAir Airline Manager user group in Facebook. Just type in OnAir Airline Manager. Got about 100 almost 100 members now. And great chat and discussion about OnAir. And yeah, so check that out. Please join, and we'll see you there. Alright, so we're just waiting for this thing to finish up here. Let's see. So we got so if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscription. Easy for me to say. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and hit the like or dislike, whichever one you want. Appreciate that. And we're going to get on our way here for our second leg and finish our. Well, actually, we actually probably already made a little money here. Let's take a look. Yeah, we made 11 grand. Oh, wait, no. It's not unloaded yet, so we didn't get. I guess we don't get that money yet. What are all these parking fees? Holy crap. Look at all. Oh, I know what that was. Oh, no, this is for different days. Duh. My bad. I guess we didn't get paid yet for the job. Because it's not unloaded. Let's see. It's still unloading. Wait. Wait a second. Well, we'll figure that out. So we're going to KONY. Ellen's with us on board, and we got plenty of fuel. Yeah, we'll check all the accounting out when we're done. I want to make sure I'm not getting stiffed. All right, start tracking.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and
All
shut
right.
down the engines.
Make sure we're not getting stiffed. Alright, so let's see. Flaps are good. Set to takeoff. We got our next. Well, we'll hit our next waypoint here as we roll this bird, and we can get our APU off. We don't need that anymore. This will be a quick flight. So, we're just going to go to 5,000 because it's a quick flight. We don't need to go up too high. And let's get her off. Engine's coming up to speed. Release those brakes. Hard. I have a hard time doing this. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at steering this plane when it's not in the cockpit. When I'm not in the cockpit. All right. Rotate. Gear up. Flaps
Airborne
up.
time logged.
And let's get that autopilot on.
Too low, gear. Too low.
Diesel, how you doing?
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
Good to see you. Thanks for
Too
stopping
low,
by and saying
terrain.
hello.
Too
Appreciate
low,
that, man.
Terrain. Too low, terrain.
Hope everything's going
Too low,
okay.
Terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
We'll catch up with you later as well. See you on Discord. Yeah, you can join the Discord too. Links in the description. I'm usually on there chatting or whatever. And you can find out about the FS Economy group and the on-air stuff and information on VR and all that stuff. So, yeah, check out that. Be sure to check out the Discord, my Discord server. Yeah, this is a quick flight. Well, who was saying that they got the registration? Bartholomew was saying before that he just got his notice that he got registered. He got approved. So I think it looks like they're approving some people now, which is good. I know they're working on a automated registration system, which they really would be great if they had that.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
We don't want to overspeed.
Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
That guy gets annoying. Some people have been waiting for weeks, I think. Some people have been waiting a long time. Yeah, sacrilegious. If you do join FS Economy, be sure to join the VR Aviation. We got a great group, some cool people, a lot of fun, a lot of planes.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
I believe the
Overspeed.
link to our
Overspeed.
website is in the
Overspeed.
description.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
And
Overspeed.
we have a lot of planes that you can
Overspeed.
rent
Overspeed.
that you get for free.
Overspeed.
You don't have to pay any rent on them.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
Yeah, you did luck out. That's good. All right, so how far we have here? 35 miles. All right, so that's pretty short spit here. Yeah, I think there's big differences between FSE and on-air. I still like FSE because of its simplicity. There's some things I don't like about it, obviously, but it's free, right? And it's a great community. It really is. I've got a lot of time. I've got 4 years invested in that game, you know? And I mean, an on-air you've been doing basic server? Huh. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. I thought I approved you. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not... The virtual airline, I was saying it just before. I think you were on here. I'm kind of like slow rolling that a little bit. It's just... Oh, it never took. That's weird. Okay. Well, I could try that again. I'm just kind of like slow rolling the virtual airline because, like I said, it's just... I just don't have the time for it. FSE is not a lot of time. I can manage the FBOs. It's, a couple times a month, right? My time in FSE management is mainly, I do a lot of ferrying because some of the planes that we rent, people rent them and they leave them, in places where there's no jobs. So I take it upon myself. Sometimes I'll ask people to help out, but usually I just take it upon myself to ferry those back to our hub airports, But that's flying, and that's kind of fun. Well, on air, especially the virtual airline. I mean, to go on there every day and find jobs for everybody, I just don't have time to do that. I just don't have time to do it. And like I said, once they button up the permissions, then maybe we can have someone who wants to do that, which I can't imagine why they'd want to, but they're just into that. I think it would be easier, like when you look at the jobs in FSC, the job listing, if they showed you first of all, if they had more indication that it was a round trip job, right? Because that's what that's what I want. I want round trip jobs so I can basically get the pilot to an airport and back to our home airport. That's kind of like the whole idea of an airline. It's like you have a hub and you have like routes that you fly. But there's no way the only way to figure that out is like go through every job and open it up. It's a total pain in the ass. Hey Bruce, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Good evening to you too. We're actually just coming to the last leg of our last landing. We're in the Challenger here. I kind of streamed a little early tonight because my Yankees are playing tonight. And it's a do or die game, so they started at 7. I don't know what the score is. Anybody know what the score is? I guess I could check on my phone. Let's see what the score is. Oh, they're winning 2-0, 2-1. Good. All right, they got to win tonight. They have to win tonight. No, she didn't have a kid. She had a lesson tonight. She does her lessons virtually through Skype. So she had her every 2 weeks. She has an hour lesson. The guy who teaches her is in a touring band. He's actually really good, and he every 2 weeks she has an hour lesson every 2 weeks. She was doing a half hour every week, but she likes the hour every 2 weeks better because you can get deeper in. She's now at the point where she's getting deeper into fundamentals and theory of drumming, which is actually really good. So yeah, she had her lesson tonight. But she's not gigging yet. Well, I appreciate that. She does love it. She really does love it. You know what they say? Happy wife, happy life. It sounds simple, but it's really true. She loves it, which is great. That's why I got her the gift. That's why I wanted to do that for her, because I knew she had this. She really wanted to do it her whole life. Yeah, it's a mantra to live by. All right, so we got 1 minute, 7 miles to our turn here. I'm actually going to start to slow down here. We're not going to make the same mistake twice in the same stream. I'm sure I'll make it again because I make it many times, but I don't want to be over speeding and having to slam the flaps on to land this thing. So I'm thinking on Saturday Saturday stream, I'm thinking of doing one of those flights, you know, the 4000 XP flights and on air, doing that in like a TBM or something. It's going to be like, you know, I don't know, 3,000 miles or something, but just hopping around in the TBM and doing one of those flights. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Because I don't like having those in my job queue. I know that's a little OCD, but I like to have clean queues. It's weird. It's like, I just, don't ask why. I just have this thing, like, I like to have a clean queue. And right now I have 3 jobs in there that have been in there forever. I'm not going to make any money on them, but I'll get all the XP, which I want to do. So I think I'm going to clear one of them out Saturday. We'll see. It'll make for a lot of flying, and we'll get to see some cool places. But I'm pretty sure Saturday is going to be on air in FS 2020. All right, now we're going to do this right. We got 10 miles. I could see my airfield right there. We're at 5,000 feet, so we want to get down a little bit here. Start to descend. Yeah, that's. I read the update. They're coming out with an update next week, and that is that's the first thing on the list they're going to fix, the VFR map. It's ridiculous. You can't open the VFR map. But you wonder what they're going to break this time. Crazy. For some reason, they don't do that, man. I agree with you. Hot fixes, but they don't do hot fixes. I think it has something to do with distribution. And think about it, the less releases you do, the less problems you're going to have, the less stuff you're going to break. So I think 2 a month is actually really aggressive, which is what they've kind of been doing. So I think we had to just be patient with that, unfortunately. But
overspeed.
All right, see, I'm still going too fast
overspeed.
here.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
Get my gear
Overspeed.
down.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
See, I start talking to you guys,
Overspeed.
and I don't pay attention to
Overspeed.
my airspeed.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Oh, this was going to be this one's going to be close.
Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
189.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
I think I'm going to have to go around. Yeah, I'm going to have to go around here.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Too fast.
Overspeed.
Too fast. Got to go around. Look at those contrails.
Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
Oh, be
Overspeed.
quiet.
Overspeed.
Yeah, I was coming in way too hot there. So we'll just spin it around and do it again. Better safe than, you know, the other thing. You got souls on board. You got to be cognizant of the souls on board. We'll break her out to about 5 miles and then we'll give her a turn. All right, I think that'll do it. So this is what's great about VR. I just turn my head and look. It's just great. I mean, I'm also looking at the magenta on the PFD there. It should be right here, right? Hopefully. Is that it there? Yep. Two one Yanks, thank you, yeah. Do or die game, all hands on deck. All right, trim is set, wheels are down, 3 green, flaps are full. We got 147 on the speedo, and we are coming in nice and trim. Shouldn't have any problem this time. Tiny runway there. I've landed on smaller, that's for sure, with this jet.
Minimums.
All right, we're coming to 500.
500.
134, which is right where you want to be. 130 is between 130 and 125 is really where you want to be with this plane. All right. Okay, we're all right there.
Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Landing time logged. Landed at Kilo
Beautiful.
Oscar November Yankee, Almi Mun.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Hey, what's up there, Druster? How you doing? Oop, I'm looking at the chat. I'm going all over the runway here. I think we'll have to back taxi here. No. Do we have a, yeah, we do. Good. Clean up the flaps. Kind of a narrow taxiway here, but what a cool looking plane. I love this plane. I did the livery on this too. If you want the livery, you can get it on xplane.org. Just search up VR Aviation and you'll find it. Yeah, thanks. You can get it. It's on X-Plane.org. There's actually, I did one for this plane. I did one for the Di SC2. I did one for the B1900D, the 208, all on X-Plane. I think I'm missing one. Oh, PC-12. PC-12. Ooh, this is a little runway here. A little, what do you call it? I think we've got to go over there. These are all the GA planes. We're not a GA plane. Well, I guess we are, kind of, technically. Business jet. But. No, I don't have a TBM, but I don't have any in Microsoft liveries. They're very, well, there's one VR Aviation for the Longitude that this guy, Sly Robocop did. But I'm not sure if he put it up for distribution. But the liveries are in Flight Simulator are very difficult to paint. They're very difficult to paint. All right, we're gonna have some maintenance, so we're gonna like park right here. Actually, let's go right into the hangar. We're gonna pull into the hangar for maintenance. Yeah, maybe one day if they make it a little easier to create it, that's for sure. It's just it's a laborious task, and you can't really do like.
Engine off, time logged.
Okay, cool.
End of flight. Registered in OnAir company.
Let's just go outside here. Open up the door. Come on, come on. Come on. There you go. Sometimes it's hard to find that thing. There you go. Fits right in there nicely. Looks pretty cool in VR, I gotta tell you. Looks pretty cool in VR. Although I turned the engines off. I don't know why. I guess the APU's running. Let's see what happens if I turn. Oh, the APU's off. For some reason, it still makes the engine sounds even though the plane is still running. But oh well. All right, let's. That's why I'm in maintenance. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Let's go to OnAir, and we finish this flight. Now we got to check and see if we got stiffed. They're still unloading us, right? Yeah, they're still unloading us. We got to make sure we didn't get stiffed. I mean, this was a decent job, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to do like one of these missions here, like probably this one. Start at CGS, and oh, I guess I got to load all this up. I could do it in. Maybe I'll do it in the Challenger because I can get there faster. I won't make any money, but it's about getting the XP, right? If I can, I have to check all these, because I mean, in Challenger I could do this like really fast. Although if this one's 1,500, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do the Challenger. It's 1,500 miles. The Challenger's the right plane, unless I want to do multi-hops, which I don't. But maybe I could pick up some extra jobs along the way and fill up the plane or something like that. So we could either do that one, or we could do this one. These are all gathering all these up and bringing them to this in place, this airport, or we could do this one, taking all this stuff. This would have to be a Challenger. This is all over the world, though. This would be quite a. I'm not going to do that one. Look at this, 5,900 miles. No way. Why? Are you kidding me? 6,000 miles? No, I'm not doing that one. No. This one is 1,400 miles total. So either one of these I could do. and I could pick all this stuff up and bring it all to this guy here. So maybe we'll do this one. You get 4,800 points. You don't make a lot of money, but you get 4,800 points, which is a considerable amount. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll see. All right, so go to. Yeah, you think that would be good? All right, cool. Maybe we'll do that. Are we unloaded here? Yeah, we're unloaded. Now let's check our money. Let's make sure we didn't get gypped. Oh, there we go. We had to finish the whole thing to get paid. So we got paid $57,000. Cost us $5,000 to rent the plane, and actually more than that, $16,000 to rent the plane. So we made about what, 40 grand? Not bad. Cool. All right. So yes, that's what we'll probably do. We'll either do. On Saturday, we'll either do this guy, this distribution one, pick everything up and just fly there, or we'll do this roundup, go fly to here, to here, to here. There's actually one that you can actually generate it so you fly from one place to the other, like I think this one is like that. No? I don't know. We'll pick one. We'll figure it out. Cool. All right, guys. Well, listen, that's going to be it for me tonight. I really appreciate you hanging out. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button. This way you'll get a notification when I'm streaming, and then we can chat about VR and X-Plane, and I can rant about FS 2020 like I always do. And we can commiserate about that and talk about lots of stuff. But I always appreciate you guys hanging out. Yeah, thank you, Bruce. I will enjoy the game. Guys, have a great evening, have a great Friday, and we'll see you guys on Saturday. Take care.